Hello. So this is one of a series of short videos for parents who either think their child has an eating disorder or are in the early stages of dealing with a child with an eating disorder. And in these videos, I share some information and some tools that you need to help support your child recover. Now, if you're not sure and you're a bit worried that there might be a problem, there is a video telling you the signs to look out for to indicate whether or not there may be a problem going on. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about what to do when you're pretty certain that there's some kind of problem. Now, I know from experience, my own personal experience and the experience of parents I work with, is that in those early stages, the thing you most want to do is hope that your child hasn't got a problem. Like, none of us want our children to have a problem. And the typical response I see is, we're going to wait and see. We're just going to monitor it. We're going to see what happens. Now, the challenge with that is that the longer an eating disorder goes on, the harder it is to move into recovery. So the sooner we catch it, the better. If our brain doesn't get enough nutrition over a long period of time, our internal conversations can be less helpful. They get stronger, and it's harder to overcome those. And obviously, if our body doesn't have enough nutrition to function, we need weight gain in order to recover effectively. So the sooner we can get in there to help our child, then just the easier and simpler recovery is. And I say all that, and I don't want you to panic. So if you think this has been going on for some period of time, please don't panic. Recovery is always possible. I just want to impress upon you that the sooner you act, the better. So don't hang around. Trust your instincts. Now, obviously, one of the first steps will be to confront your child. When I say confront, discuss with your child why you think there's a problem, and note down what you think the problems are, and just say, I've noticed this, this, and this, and I think that's a problem. I think this is unhelpful, and I think you possibly need a hand. Now, they are going to deny it. I cannot impress upon you enough that your child is going to deny that there is a problem. That is one of the aspects of an eating disorder. Either they're not aware that there's a problem, they are just behaving in a way that they think is appropriate. So they're not doing this deliberately, they're just behaving the way they need to cope. And eating disorders are really secretive. So if they do think there's a problem, they're not going to come out and tell you. And I just want you to have that expectation, because what can happen is you think, right, I'm going to go and talk to them, and then you talk to them and they say, no, there isn't a problem. And so you're likely to step back and go, oh, there isn't a problem. What you need to do is get your child to a GP. Now, the GP isn't going to solve all your problems. Some GPs are absolutely great, and I'll talk about that in a moment, but others may know nothing at all about eating disorders, and they might not know. But it's worth having them weighed, having their blood pressure taken, maybe taking some bloods just to check what their nutritional levels are. So have a chat with your GP, say, can you do a general health check? Go knowing why you have these concerns, what the differences you're seeing, asking for a health check, and asking for a referral. In the UK, you'd be asking for a referral to CAHMS. Now, all that said, that isn't the answer. That isn't the solution. The waiting lists for CAHMS are really long. Unless you're in a really severe condition, then you're going to have to wait. And the GP is not going to be your answer, but they are taking care of the physical health of your child. So do that. Get that support, and hopefully you'll be referred to get some therapeutic support for your child. And it doesn't matter if you don't. In my next videos, I'm going to be talking about stuff that you can do to start the process of recovery. I cannot impress enough upon you that going to the GP is not going to be right, this is done now, here's what you need to do, it's all going to be solved. Actually, and there's a whole emotional stuff to go through. I'm going to go through this. I talk about this in other videos. So don't panic, just have your child's health checked, and then we'll talk about the stuff that you can do to get on the recovery journey. If you're really worried at this point in time and you want more information, then send me a direct message, send me an email. We can have a conversation. Don't panic, but do take some steps in the right direction to getting onto the road to recovery. And I'll talk more about all this stuff in another of the videos.